Police, which are apparently are playing this, but is there any chance I can hear anything whatsoever in my ear monitors?
And out here too.
Thank you very much. I'm flying blind here. Yes, those are putting it in there. Okay, we officially give up on this play. Yes. Together. Yes, I didn't think of that. I was plugged into it. Together. Anyway, I mentioned that we were on tour with the Searchers in Australia with Del Shannon. And interestingly, that's when we first heard that song. Because Del Shannon wrote I Go to Pieces.
Wow.
And congratulations to Del. I wish I could take the applause, but he's the genius who wrote it. It's interesting because it's not like most Del Shannon songs. It's not in A minor. Indeed, it's not in a minor key at all. It's most of them are. And he'd actually written it and thought it would be good for the Searchers. As I remember the story, and I keep needing to check this with Mike to make sure we share the same recollection, but he thought that the song would be very good for the Searchers, which in fact I think it would have. With their cool 12-string arrangements, it would have been great. But he played it to them, and they turned it down. And we overheard it going through the dressing room wall when he came out and said, excuse us, Mr. Shannon, but would it be okay if we did that song because we really liked it? And I trust that the Searchers are now rather annoyed that that's what happened. I'm keeping you asking. Anyway, we were lucky enough, as you probably know, to have some songs written for us by Paul McCartney in the course of our career. And I'm going to do one of them now. It's interesting because people sometimes say, well, how did you get all those songs out of the Beatles? And the truth of the matter is that once we had our first hit with the Paul McCartney song, World Without Love, they took their career as songwriters very seriously. If you look at old interviews back then, when people would say, which they invariably did, what are you going to do when this is all over? Which we're, of course, tonight proving that it still isn't all over, unfortunately. They would invariably say, oh, we're going to be songwriters. Because they admired people like Lieber and Stoller and Mann and Weil and Goffin and King just as much as they admired artists. And so when we had a big hit, they made sure voluntarily that they wrote the follow-ups that we were fortunate enough to have. And this is one of them. I'll tell you one other quick story if I may. This is the song that we did on the Ed Sullivan Show, which was very exciting for us. Because when we had a hit with World Without Love, we did not do it on the Ed Sullivan Show. And here's why. As soon as World Without Love came out in the UK and was a hit, Bobby Rydell, I'm sorry, I'm about to defame the wrong person. Bobby Rydell covered World Without Love. As soon as it was a hit in England, he made an American record on it, put it out, and went on the Ed Sullivan Show and did the song. Now, luckily, when our record came out, we knocked his out of the charts and went to #1. So, one of the results of that was, of course, that when our agent went to the Ed Sullivan Show, they said, no, we'd love to have them on, but we can't have them on now because they can't do the same song that Bobby did 2 weeks ago, because he was a regular on the show. So, that's a bit of trivia for you. So this is the song that we finally did do on Ed Sullivan, with the rather unlikely title of I Don't Want to See You Again. 2, 3.
I don't want to see you again. I knew that love is blind. How can I understand when someone says to me, I don't want to see you again?